Bengals versus the Rams, Super Bowl 56. Let's get it.
Perfect.
So if you've seen the channel before, you've seen my Super Bowl preview from last year, you know that I like to go with a scoreboard to determine the actual winner of the Super Bowl, to determine my prediction. So pop them up on the top, and we're going to be keeping track throughout the entire video, starting matchup by matchup, position group by position group, and starting off with our quarterbacks. On one hand, you've got a rejuvenated Matthew Stafford, who's been playing some electric football so far for the Los Angeles Rams. But on the other hand, you've got Joe Burrow, who has been an MVP candidate level player this entire season. I'm going to give this one to the Cincinnati Bengals. Chalk it up. Moving on to running backs. The Cincinnati Bengals have a duo of running backs that have been very effective this season, but most notably among those two is running back Joe Mixon, who has had over 1,000 scrimmage yards this season, been absolutely effective in the red zone, scoring a number of touchdowns, another one for the Cincinnati Bengals. The next position group is where things get tricky. On one hand, with the Cincinnati Bengals, you've got the electric and likely the offensive rookie of the year in Jamar Chase, as well as T. Higgins, who is a developing star in the league, as well as sprinkling in some Tyler Boyd in there. But on the other hand, you've got the Triple Crown winner in Cooper Kupp. Most touchdowns, most receptions, most yards by a receiver this past season. And on the other side of the field for the Los Angeles Rams is Odell Beckham Jr. playing some of the best football of his career. In this one, it's a little bit close, but the drops are what's going to make that difference for me. Jamar Chase also led the NFL in drops this season, so give me the Los Angeles Rams. Next position group up, the tight ends. On one hand, you got an injured tight end in Tyler Higbee, who's been playing hurt, or is hurt, honestly. And on the other hand, CJ Uzomah, who also suffered an injury in the AFC Championship. If both of these guys play, I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals in this matchup, simply because Uzomah's been a very important piece to the Bengals passing game. He's had a very successful season so far. I'm just going to lean a little bit more towards CJ Uzomah and the Cincinnati Bengals. Rounding out the offense, we have the offensive line pairings, and simply put, in this game, it's going to be about which team can get after the quarterback more effectively. Both of these defenses have some very strong pass rushing groups, which we're going to be talking about in just a moment, but one of these offensive lines ranked in the bottom 5 in sacks allowed this season, and it wasn't the Los Angeles Rams. That's what's going to give me the nod, give the win to LA. And like I said, the next category up, the defensive line groups. And in this one, pretty simply put, I'm going to take the Los Angeles Rams. Aaron Donald, Leonard Floyd, and of course the addition of Von Miller, who in my opinion, I consider more of a pass rusher than I do a linebacker. He's very versatile, but I'm going to put him into this group, the defensive line group, considering he's likely going to be spending more time rushing the quarterback. I'm going to say the Los Angeles Rams once again. No disrespect to guys like Trey Hendrickson as well as Sam Hubbard, but the Rams defensive line has a future Hall of Famer in Aaron Donald. The next position group up, we've got a pretty close contest at linebacker. I'm going to lean a little bit more towards the Cincinnati Bengals here. Logan Wilson, their middle linebacker, has had an absolutely solid season. 100 tackles, 4 interceptions, is basically the same stat line that both of the Los Angeles Rams inside linebackers had this past season. Leaning a little bit more towards the Bengals in this one. Let's just give them the win. Defensive back group is the next one up, and you have a all-pro level corner on the field, and it's for the Los Angeles Rams. You've got Jalen Ramsey, and heck, they've even brought Eric Weddle back out of retirement for this playoff run, and heck, even when he's been on the field, he's been pretty solid. Not too shabby, honestly. Coming out of retirement late in the game and has been a solid contributor for that defense. I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Rams in this category. Chalk it up. Final player position group, we're just going to round special teams in total. And Evan McPherson, the Bengals kicker, has been on an absolute tear this postseason. He's been incredibly effective and leads the NFL, if I'm not mistaken, in field goals of 50 or more yards this season. He's been an absolute beast. The kid's got a bunch of confidence, and justifiably so. And on the other side of things, the Los Angeles Rams have a Pro Bowl level kicker in Matt Gay as well. It's a little ticky-tacky here, but I think I'm actually going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals on this one. I think McPherson gives me a little bit more of an edge. And finally, when it comes down to everything, coaching does matter. You've got Zach Taylor for the Cincinnati Bengals, a very offensive-minded head coach, but you've also got on the other sideline, Sean McVay, an incredible offensive mind for the Los Angeles Rams, has maximized the talent that he has on his squad and has taken this team all the way to the Super Bowl. And on the other side of that, he also has the experience. The loss to the New England Patriots a few years ago in Super Bowl 53 has helped give McVay just the edge on the experience factor. I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Rams in this category. Going to give it up for coaching, McVay over Taylor. In my personal scoreboard, honestly, I think this game has a lot of great potential, but from top to bottom, in my estimation, I think the Los Angeles Rams just happen to have a bit more of an edge here. I think the name of the game in this year's Super Bowl is absolutely going to be along the defensive line. Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Leonard Floyd, these guys are going to be a nightmare for Joe Burrow, who has been sacked pretty consistently throughout this postseason. I know they've been able to pull out wins late in the game. However, this Los Angeles Rams pass rush is absolutely no joke. Probably the best pass rush that this Bengals offensive line is going to be seeing this entire season. But some interesting information, in case you didn't know, in every game that Joe Burrow this season has been the underdog by more than 3 points, according to the Vegas betting lines, he has come out on top 6-0, has not lost when the odds are against him. Just a little bit of a Vegas tip, a little bit of something interesting that we've seen throughout this season. I picked that piece of information up on the internet, just looking for some more insightful takes, some interesting information. So I don't know if you can completely count out the Cincinnati Bengals squad. You can count out Joe Burrow. Again, I did give them the edge at quarterback. Quarterback in the Super Bowl is one of the most important positions, and I think Matthew Stafford could very well turn the ball over a couple times. It's been a trend we've seen throughout the second half of this season, the Los Angeles Rams giving up the ball a lot in big-time situations. So, at the end of the day, I think we have a very interesting game on our hands. We're going to have two very offensively centered teams that have a lot of big play potential on tap. You've got some amazing superstars all across the field. We're going to be in Los Angeles for the second year in a row. The home team is going to be hosting the Super Bowl in their home stadium after it had never been done for 55 years. So pretty crazy, pretty interesting. A lot of little storylines, a really cool halftime show to look forward to. I'm really excited to see it. You got Kendrick Lamar, you've got Dr. Dre, Eminem, Mary J. Blige, Snoop Dogg. It's going to be a pretty awesome performance. I'm looking forward to it. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of little prop bets as to how long the anthem goes and blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, the game has to be played. It's the Super Bowl, baby. We have been on this journey this entire season to get to this point. I never saw this matchup coming. I don't think a lot of people saw this matchup coming. If you did in September, I would have told you you were crazy. But we got an exciting one on our hands. At the end of the day, I don't have necessarily a team I'm rooting for. There's a lot of players on the field that I'd love to see get a ring. Unfortunately, not everybody can. But we got a good one on our hands. I'm excited to watch an incredible game. I know you're excited too, and I appreciate you watching this far. So thank you so much for watching the video. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and of course get the bell on to know every single time I'm dropping a video. Gonna be dropping content, keeping you guys posted throughout the entire off season, the NFL draft, free agency, all those crazy cool trades. You're gonna be able to hear about it here on the channel. So again, hit that bell, know every single time I'm dropping a video. My name is Tristan Blake Rines. I'm gonna catch you in the next one. Adios.